twisted, hit it, smoke it till we stupid, twisted, hit it, smoke it till we stupid, twisted, hit it, smoke it till we stupid, smoke a
You are now listening to a Power Requires Hustle production.
Welcome back to Power Plays, baby. This is King Kold the Rapper, and I'm hanging out in my brand new, fresh to death Rabbit Hole studio. The acoustics are bigger and the attitude is better, baby. We had a whole lot of things that have happened since the last time I talked to you fine people, but we're gonna catch up super fast with it. Tonight, our guest for the evening is B, but before that happens, I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek.
You listen to runawaymusic.com.
You should come with me and leave to an epic place. Neither of us has ever been pretend outer space. This is so far away for us to reach. Forget everything adults ever tried to teach us. Listen, I like how you notice me, so let me keep your focus, please. Cause I heard that you were scoping me, and I like how you're approaching me. Your complexion is very nice, pretty face, but I bet you got an appetite, so I keep the pace. And I let you take a little bite. Did you get a taste? Suck on me, you parasite. I could fuck with you for days, like I fuck with weed and liquor. And I'm out of both, so you would figure that I'm breaking down, but there's bigger things on my mind than the blood and the jigger. Yeah, that's a glass you pour a shot into. And what you think I got a drink for you? Yeah, I do, baby, take the shot. I got friends in this bitch, and it's all that I got. So here's a toast to the home team and everybody in my life that really knows me. I'm sorry, but that's the old me. I'ma take this girl and leave this town. You can't hold me. Maybe we can run away. I believe it all behind, to a place I'll never find, and we could run accomplishments in the road like a group of baby ducks. You'll have many of them, and I wish you luck. Life is hard, and at times it sucks a lot, but don't let the bad outweigh the good you got. Listen, stay focused on the things you do. Chase dollars, cause they don't run after you. Work hard, stack funds, get a job or two. Just be sure what you do is true to you. That should be your main focus here. Don't let whack motherfuckers up in your ear, trying to sell you pipe dreams. The good life, it could come at a hood price. Backstab twice. Shame on you, shame on me, girl. Nope, shame on the system and this whole world, and how it operates to the killing of its women, calling girls bitches and treating everything with tips as victims. Life is rough and at times it's a man's existence, but don't think everything with a dick's malicious. Cause I'm a good guy, never mean, never vicious, and you're a good girl, smell good and taste delicious. So why not take a ride? Are you superstitious? I'll make you scream God even if you aren't religious. Yeah, because riches done with the simple life, live without our wishes. I'll never find, and we could run away, run away, run away.
Yeah, baby, do me a solid and pop on over to our brand new t-shirt store that we have over at prowrestlingtees.com/King Cold. That is prowrestlingtees.com/KINGKOLD to check out the brand new fresh to death designs that we have available.
Hey, this is Chloe Bell Smothers, daughter of a thug, and you're listening to King Cold Presents Power Plays.
What up, world? This is King Cold the Rapper, and I'm hanging out in the Rabbit Hole studio, and on the phone with me is the homie B. What's up, B? How you doing?
What it do?
Yeah, so, some background story on B. He's been my homie for a minute, and he started out his rap career with just a positive, absolutely beautiful message, about spiritual healing and just positive mental look on things. And he doesn't know it, but he's influenced me to be a little bit more open about how I feel about the world and people's feelings and just really nature in general, too. So B is a great person to have around you in general. So this podcast should go great. But B, what do you want to, what have you been working on musically, man? How has your music been popping lately?
Oh, bro. Things are just now starting to take off, man. Like, I have my first show in Florida that I'm being flown to in December. Working on my 6th album. The 5th album is booming on TikTok. Like, it keeps getting a lot of fucking views, man. It's just dope, bro. Man, I gotta say something, though. You said I influenced you. You gotta know, man, you're the reason I rap. Like, not, I always wanted to. I was always on that shit. But I never believed I could put that shit together and create my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You showed up and so that night you showed up at my crib, and I had like 5 songs wrote, but I had no idea how I'd ever meet a producer, make the music, none of that shit, right? And you showed up at my house and you had a CD, you gave me a shirt, and man, I was like, he's legit. And you're the one who inspired me to believe that I could go do it. Because I didn't think that I could prior to that, man. Like, I really didn't. And you showed up, I was like, he's doing this shit? Like, he seems like legit as shit. I was like, I couldn't believe how you had your stuff together and packaged, and it was just dope, bro. And I will always, when I'm on podcasts or talking about shit, you'll be the person I talk about that pushed me into the music career scene, like, big time.
Bro, that's beautiful. I really appreciate that, B. Like, that's awesome that you feel that way about it. You know what I'm saying?
I do, man. I do. You inspired me so much that night. Like, you told me you was going to work. You said, I'll work with you. I'll record you and shit. And I had no patience, and I already knew Max B. I could hit him up. You know what I mean? And because my ex was telling me about him. And so I hit him up and started working with him and got that first album recorded in, like, fucking 2 months.
Yeah, but that album turned out fantastic. And, dude, working with Max is a great thing. Like, Max is a very positive human being, too.
Yeah, he actually is, man. I mean, he's the vibe. The vibe's been right between me and him. I used him for beats for, like, the first 2 albums, I think. And then I went on to this other producer named Background who's on YouTube. And that's who I've been sticking with lately. But, yeah, man. Like, my sound right now is about to switch. I'm in that. You know how you kind of like, shift your sound up a little bit because your old sound just isn't you no more?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, artists evolve,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm in that phase right now where I'm trying to find new inspiration, new beats, new sound. So my whole 6th album should be totally different than my 5th. I'm gonna try to dig a little deeper, bring a little more meaning into it. Not just like, I kind of make trap rap for spiritual people, right? You know what I'm saying? And I want to not be so trappy with it. You know what I mean? Like, not so, I want to have more storytelling in my next songs.
No, I understand. Definitely. Yeah. Well, look, it's important to, branch out and work with other artists. And working with a new producer can totally change your whole mindset on things. Sometimes you feature somebody. And, I worked with Jelly, and it literally changed my whole direction on everything. You know what I'm saying? It just did, dude. Just because, like, meeting him and seeing how he operated was like when you met me, if that makes
No,
sense.
I already know,
Yeah.
bro. I can feel it. I
Yeah.
remember when you first told me about it, I was like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you told me, I listened to your song with Jelly, I was like, holy shit. Like, this motherfucker, you had me really believing that I could be doing the things that I wanted to do, but I didn't really think I could prior to that.
And now you're doing them. You know what I'm saying? And now you're out there killing it, man. You're better than 95% of the rappers out there today. You're fucking destroying shit. Every time, like, I follow you on TikTok. And, bro, every time you drop a new video and shit, man, I check it out. And, dude, the amount of views that you get is astronomical. It's beautiful how much attention you get. You know what I'm saying? I really do like it.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, dude,
Don't mind the
TikTok's a
crazy cat
beautiful
background.
thing like that. Oh, is your cat all going crazy with it? We got to run in. What's your cat's name?
That's Mo that's going insane.
Oh, Mo going ill with it.
Yeah, Mo emo tip.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I got a
but-
cat too, man, and I love cats. Cats are like, you
Yeah,
could
they're
just
my
sit
shit.
down on the
They're my shit.
couch, pet one of those, and just you forget all of your
I even
problems.
I put my cat half squad in one of my songs and shit. He meow and did some cool.
Dude, that's legit. Yeah, anytime you can
Oh,
catch some
wow.
kind of little magical thing like that happens, during a session, keep it.
Yeah.
Snip it out of there, dude. I learned that from James with working with James Drums. He would he would have me do a whole bunch of ad-libs and would just have me like redo it over and over and over again. And dude, sometimes I would just talk during the intro, or like I would add little shit here and there, and he would grab it out of
You're
there
an
and
artist.
copy it.
You're an artist, so you get it. You know how like you go into a recording session and you fucking wow yourself with your ad libs or your intros and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you add stuff to the song you wasn't expecting or didn't even know. Was
Yeah,
gonna be there when you
dude.
wrote it.
Yeah, that's
I
called
love
like.
that part of music making.
I
Like,
just
that's my
feel like
favorite.
that's like a freestyle vibing type thing. You know what I'm saying?
It really is,
Yeah.
but it's just like, it's so crazy because you build a song writing it, and then you get in the studio, you have an idea what it's going to sound like, but it never ends up sounding, ends up sounding 1,000 times better than, you ever imagine it to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I love about the creation process, man. It's just
Yeah,
so
dude.
dope.
Post-production's a beautiful thing, man. Like, I do, I save every single one of the waves of everything I work on. You know what I'm saying? And I'll burn it onto a CD, and I will keep it. And the reason why I do that is because, like, since I started working on music has evolved, and music programs have evolved so much to where I can literally take those waves, drop them into my new fresh to death studio that I'm running, and dude, I can bring brand new life to those old songs. You know what I'm saying? Just
Definitely.
update
You know what?
everything.
That's what's trippy, bro, is the old songs.
Yeah.
Like,
The old songs, yeah.
Dude, I went back and fucked with, like, I ain't in a long time fucked with my old songs. It's been years since I listened to my first album or second album, and I went back to that just like a month ago, and I was like, what? Who is this boof? I was like, what is, like, I couldn't even, I don't know, I've evolved so much since then, but I was like, man, that music was sick. You know what I mean?
I feel you, dude. Like, sometimes
I'm
you just gotta kind of look at something from a third-person perspective, looking back, and that helps you grow as an artist too.
Yeah, man. I realized earlier, man. I was just randomly thinking about it, bro. I was like, you and me both got hit songs that could go viral as fuck, right? If the right timing, all that stuff. And the only reason that we wouldn't think we had that is because we're so critical on ourselves and our music. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
As artists. And I realized, like you said, when you zoom out, you look from another perspective, right? Like, dude, so many people, I remember whenever I first was listening to music and I'm hip-hop head when I was a teenager and shit, and all that mattered to me at first was a hook. Like, that's all you even hear.
Yeah.
You barely even hear
It's true.
Unless you're a hip-hop head, you barely even hear the verse whenever
Yeah.
so 80% of humanity barely hears anything but a hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, and that's if they even look past the beat itself. A lot of songs pop off because the beat's tight.
Exactly.
And it doesn't even matter that there's lyrics there at all, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But it's what I realized, though, was that that you don't need much to pop off a dope, really dope song. You're gonna think that it's meh because you like, you love one part or two parts of it or something. You put your all into it, but the society, people listening to it, man, they just love that shit. Like, I don't know. It's because you're the artist, I guess it's hard. I love my own music, but I don't freak out over it like people do to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
mean, because by the time you release it, you've heard it 300 times or whatever,
yeah,
so
you're
it's
right,
not.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, so it's not crazy
it's
to
terrible,
you.
So it's not. Yeah, it doesn't share the same meaning as when it first hit me. And there
Yeah.
are songs that I have made a couple songs like Vacation. I remember when I made that song, I like laid there in my bed with my little earphones in under my covers like a little kid for like 2 hours listening to it, just giggling.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe
dude.
it.
Like music's supposed to do that to you, give you that feeling of, especially if you're the artist, you're supposed to have a feeling of accomplishment, even if it takes years for that song to grow on you.
Like that's what I teach people. I teach people that things like so making music is something that normally we're a little fearful of taking that step forward. You know what I'm saying? And making the music, but when you do, you fall in love with yourself. You can't not fall in love with yourself when you make dope shit that you didn't expect yourself to make.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%, dude. There's a saying, you can't expect people to appreciate you if you don't appreciate yourself. And that's a real
And so
way
you
of
don't
looking
like your own
at it.
music, your music ain't gonna be liked by other people.
Exactly. So you better put out some shit that's dope or don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like every damn song I write is gold, bro.
Oh,
like,
they're tight. They really are. And I like the video. Like, TikTok gives you the way of building you a little mini video to it. And like, really, it's the wave of the future. I don't care what anyone says.
No, you're damn right. You don't need
Everything's going to be TikTok. Or
you don't
like
need
shorter
$1,000
videos.
videos no more. You just need.
Yeah, no one's going to.
15-second, 20-second, 30-second clips.
It really, if you think about it, if there is 300 dope as fuck 23-second little music clips, bro, you're going to listen to that and vibe with it and just go from thing to thing to thing. You know what I'm saying? And and it's going to go, you're going to get 10,000 views on something lightning fast, baby.
It's good for the artist, and I liked I think it was Russ or somebody else that mentioned that it's also a little hurtful towards the artist because the people don't actually get to know us as art. You remember how back in the day, you probably still do it with me, like, because we're both artists growing up. Like, I really got to know people. Like, I wanted to know who you were, what you were about, who you were like outside of fucking your music.
Yeah.
Was you really living your lyrics, or was you just talking about that shit?
Exactly. What hood you're from, all that shit.
Like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, nobody really gives a fuck about that no more. They don't even really look into you. They just like, oh, that's a dope hook. And then they just go on to the next one. And
You're
so,
right.
like, people's attention spans suck right now.
Oh, it's super little and super small, bro.
And so that's why we have to hit them now with this new age shit for our music to only give them like 4 bars in a TikTok. You know what I mean? Like,
you're right.
It's silly.
It is,
I
but
like
dude,
it and
fuck
I don't like it.
You got to evolve with the way that the music industry goes. And man, like, I remember when ringtones were the thing. And then me and my camp were like, man, how are we going to get ringtones? And then it was like, how can we get on Rock Band? And then it was like, how can we do this and that and that and that? And dude, it was just... Dude, yeah, it's like every couple years, man, something else comes along that we've got to get on and we got to figure out, and it's a grind. It really is. Yeah, it's a grind. Yeah, but look,
I like that it's evolving because it's making it easier on me and you, the independent artists that are out here trying to. You know something else I realized, bro. Let's talk about the music. Let's talk about the music industry real quick. So growing up and shit, right? We knew a lot of mainstream artists. We're talking about like all the thugged out artists that we knew growing up. And then we had our underground artists like Jelly, all them dudes.
Ritz, dudes like that, yeah.
Like any of them dudes. And so I realized that what's really like underground versus mainstream really means programmed rappers versus the rappers who were free thinkers and doing what the fuck they wanted to do and couldn't be held down by labels.
Yeah.
That's really what it was, and that's why they were underground. They couldn't hit mainstream and ever even be signed to a mainstream label because they wouldn't have done that because they weren't rapping about the agenda that they wanted to push. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you know about the agenda that was, over the last 20, 30 years that they had for rap. Do you even know about that?
Oh, are you referring to like them pushing music that was directly violent to street politics and women and stuff of that nature in a way of pushing a really negative prerogative in music? Oh yeah, I know about it. Yeah, I lived through a lot of that shit.
That's my whole agenda with my music career, is to expose that eventually when I'm ready to like really start talking about that. Right now, my music's more about like healing, and trying to get through your fucking being a human, and eventually I'm really gonna start exposing the shit out of that. Not no Tom McDonald shit, but like something like that, I guess. But yeah, man, I'm ready for the industry to switch it up, like, because artists like me and you deserve to be making millions of dollars, not the artists that are pushing this thugged out, rob your friend, fuck your old lady, your friend's old lady type bullshit. That's
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's been a big reason why I've reduced the amount of artists that I work with. I've been really focusing on just trying to put out music that is either more true to me or more true to an ideal, rather than just,
I got a friend who's a horrorcore rapper, you know what I mean? Like, talks like...
Oh, yeah, that murder shit, and
yeah. But I explained to him, I'm like, bro, there's nothing wrong with that, because you don't live that way. You're being... It's like acting. You know what I mean? I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it's whenever you are really got a platform and you're misguiding people with really fucked up shit that I just don't agree with your music. Like, I remember, like man, I'm so pissed off that our childhood and my teenage fucking, like, favorite rappers sold their souls and, like, made that song, who was it, like, they made that song, Vax That Thing Up. Remember that song?
Are you talking about Mystical?
Not he might have did it too. But I'm talking about Back That Thing Up. Juvenile.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Juvenile, Manny Fresh, and them dudes made a song, Back That Thing Up, and like they're selling, they did that for Big Pharma or some stupid shit. Like, I couldn't believe
that. Okay, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the remake of the song that they did for like the shots or whatever the hell.
Yeah, for the vaccine.
Yeah,
shit.
for
but
the
I ain't even
the
gonna
boosters.
get into all that. I don't care about that shit anymore. But it just sucked to see. It sucks. Well, it sucks because I'm watching all these people in the industry reveal their true colors to who they are. Like you're either in it. I don't want to call it Illuminati, but it is kind of that. But you're either in with the people giving you a bunch of money to keep doing the shit that you're under their thumb for, or you're free thinking right now and you're speaking out against that shit. Like Kanye's getting attacked for it all the time right now.
You know yeah, he's getting eaten. And it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother deal, man. But it just goes to show that.
Just crazy.
Yeah, it just goes to show that you have to be careful with what you say in this day and age, because, like, if you're working with those big businesses, man, they'll shit on you, and it'll roll downhill depending upon what's said or what's done. And I mean, that's been Roseanne, that's been Ellen DeGeneres to a point, got shit on because of the Wayfair cabinet fucking controversy, Pizzagate, whatever the fuck. And, it's just a bunch of crazy shit, because who knows what's real?
You don't know what's real.
You don't, bro.
Nobody
you don't know it. And the crazy thing is, for people to be sued because of their opinion shows that we're not allowed to have an opinion, and conspiracy theories are pretty fucking accurate.
We're in a controlled fucking matrix right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a controlled matrix they created so that we couldn't enjoy reality the way we wanted to. But yeah, I mean, that's what all my music's about, That's the whole premise of my music. That's why I'm talking about all this shit. Because, like, I have my, I always talk about being an alien and shit. I had my little spiritual, crazy Neo Matrix experience in 2016, and that's why I started rapping. I wasn't even wanting to rap prior to that because I was like, I'm a fucking, I don't got no job. I'm a stay-at-home dad for the last 10 years. I ain't got nothing to rap about. And then I had that crazy spiritual experience.
And then
that's
boom.
that's why I had all kinds of content to rap about now.
Yeah, that's a kind of like a Star Child fucking story if I've ever heard one, dude. And that's kind of interesting in its own right, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I call myself as a starseed, so that's it.
That's legit. Well, look, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and like how they can find your content online, plug your various things.
So on TikTok you can find me at its.just.be. So it's just B, just with the dots in between. You can find me on Facebook at that same handle, just with an 11 afterwards. You can look me up and you'll find me under Be the Rapper on most sites. I still go under that. I'm probably gonna go back to that because I just didn't like the rapper shit, bro. I was trying to get rid of it. I just want to be known as B,
I feel that 100%. Yeah, you want to do something to like, define yourself.
Messed up his whole flow and went to rock and country type shit. Like, that I feel I'll do that one day eventually. I feel like I'll go back to my roots eventually.
Just do everything. Release an album in every category.
Yep. Hit him up. You know what I mean?
This is the B the opera album from B.
Yeah, there you go. The opera album.
That shit would slap. You better, make one of those.
You just ride down the streets of doom, doom, doom.
All right, my brother. Well, B, I appreciate you letting me interview you on the show, man. It's been great having you on, and we'll have you back for another season. I promise you, okay?
Definitely, man. I'm all about it, bro.
All right, B. Be easy, man.
Yep, one love, man.
All right, like.
Twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, smoke a
You are now listening to a Power Requires Hustle production.